Hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of my Jets Connected franchise on the Xbox One here on Klein92 TV. The voting came down between two teams. It was down between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets, and the Jets won by one single vote. So now that the Jets have actually won the voting process, it's time to create the owner of this team. Last year we made Oscar Wiggles and he won the Rams 2 Super Bowl rings back to back, and I considered having Oscar Wiggles make a comeback and be the new owner of the New York Jets. But I decided to not do that. I feel like not many people are going to understand that reference. So the new owner of the Jets is Joe Namath. After winning the Super Bowl so many years ago, he has returned to the Jets to try to help them win another one. And we're already making huge trades. The first trade I made was Arian Foster for Chris Johnson and a second-round pick. So we have definitely improved at the running back position. And I also traded away our third and fourth string wide receivers for Larry Fitzgerald. So we have a dominant offense right now. In this game, Michael Vick will be starting. I wanted to start Geno Smith and give him a chance. He actually had a pulled groin and was not able to play in this game. But who knows, this could be Michael Vick's big chance to win the starting position. And at the end of this video, you guys can go into the comments below and tell me who do you want me to start in the next episode, Geno Smith or Michael Vick. Jacoby Ford is back and Janikowski is about to kick off the 2014 NFL season. I feel like the Raiders are a very good matchup for this Jets team. Both teams have made huge moves during the offseason. We obviously got Eric Decker, Larry Fitzgerald, and Arian Foster. The Raiders, on the other hand, have picked up Matt Schaub and Maurice Jones-Drew. And we are starting off the 2014 season right. We bring off the opening kick all the way up to around the 30-yard line. Chris Ivory is getting the first reception of the day. He takes it inside the 15. Now on 3rd and goal, Michael Vick is passing it to the right side to Stephen Hill, who does not get into the end zone. That will force us to kick a field goal. We have Nick Folk right out there, and you know he's going to make that field goal. It's a 3-0 game just 3 minutes into the first quarter. And there is one thing I want to talk about as we head into the gameplay of this video, and that is my first impressions of Madden 15. I picked up the game around a week ago on opening day, and I was pretty impressed with the cover art. This was one of the first years where I did not participate in the cover vote. Most years I actually do vote on it on ESPN.com, but this year I just forgot about it. Richard Sherman ended up winning the cover vote, and he is a great cover athlete to have. He has a very vibrant personality, and he is also an extremely debatable player in the NFL. There is no doubt that he is a top 5 corner in the league, but he is also one of those love him or hate him kind of players. Some people think he's a really great player that's really passionate for the game. Other people kind of use that interview up against the 49ers against him. They say that he's a little bit too hot-headed, and I understand both views, but personally I am a fan of Richard Sherman. I just think it's funny the way he plays, and I think it's also great that we have a player who is not just a great NFL player, he is also insanely smart because he went to Stanford University, so he eliminates the stereotype that NFL players and football players in general cannot be smart people. So enough about the cover art. I want to talk a little bit about the game itself. When I got home, I put it in my Xbox and I had to wait around an hour for the game to download, and I still do not understand why we need to do that, because when you play the game you still need to have the disc in the Xbox, so I don't understand why the game needs to download when the disc is necessary to actually play the game. Now onto the gameplay. I feel like the gameplay in Madden 15 is somewhat revolutionary. It adds various elements to the game that haven't been added in the past, and the reason why these elements are so important is because most of these additions are on the defensive side of the ball. If you guys remember last year in Madden 25, EA Sports added a whole new running system where there were new jukes and truck moves and things like that. Basically, there were new ways to get past the defender, and all of these additions were great and they were so much fun to play with, but at the same time it made playing defense so much more difficult because they did not add any real additions on the defensive side of the ball. This year we finally get those new defensive additions that we have been waiting for, and there are two main defensive additions that I have noticed. The first one is a new tackling system. Last year there were only 2 ways to tackle an offensive player. The first way was to run into the offensive player with the defender, and the second way was to use the big hit stick. This year they added a new way to tackle the defender, and that is the conservative tackle. The conservative tackle is when you run up to an offensive player and press A. They will tackle them, but you have a lower chance of causing a fumble, but but you have a higher chance of actually tackling the offensive player. The second biggest defensive addition that I have noticed in Madden 15 is new gameplay with the defensive line. Last year, the only way to get by an offensive lineman was to use the big hit stick, but this year you can use A to try to maneuver around the offensive lineman, or you can use X to try to just push the offensive lineman over. So those are the biggest additions that I have noticed in Madden 15. In the future, I will probably give an entire review for this game in one of these episodes. So heading into the gameplay of this video, the score is 10-10. The Oakland Raiders have the ball and they are in our red zone. It seemed like in the first half we were able to control their offense, but in the second half their offense started taking over, and the main guy that led the Raiders offense was this guy right here, Maurice Jones-Drew. He could run outside. He was running right up the middle and we could just not tackle him. He had over 150 yards rushing on the day, and he just added a second touchdown to his resume. Now the pressure is on the Jets to go downfield and score a touchdown to tie up this game at 17. My strategy on this drive was to put the ball in the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. He was doing work all game. You saw that amazing touchdown he had in the first half, but we would be forced to punt the ball away to the Raiders after Eric Decker missed that catch. So the main advantage that the Raiders had in this game was third down conversions. It's 3rd and 7. Matt Schaub is giving it to his wide receiver Osbury, who picks up the first down. Hopefully we can still hold the Raiders to a field goal. They're giving it to Darren McFadden on the left side. He's got open field ahead of him and he gets into the end zone. The score is 24-10 and the Raiders have taken a 14-point lead. This is not the kind of quarter that the Jets wanted to have. There's 13 seconds left in the quarter. Vic is passing it to Fitzgerald and he threads the needle on that pass. I thought that was going to be intercepted. Starting off the fourth quarter, it's 4th and 5. We need the conversion and Fitzgerald comes up clutch again. We cannot settle for a field goal in this situation. We need a touchdown. Vic is passing it to Decker on the left side, and that corner strike route is still cheap in this game. It was cheap in Madden 25 and it's still cheap in Madden 15. There Decker is making another catch to put us within the 10-yard line. Vic is rolling out to the right side and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown Jets. The score is now 24-17 and we are only one touchdown away from tying up this game, and this is where our defense needs to come up clutch. A stop here and we will have a chance to tie it up and maybe go into overtime, but Maurice Jones-Drew was just having a phenomenal game. The Raiders were able to just run the ball, pick up first downs, and milk the clock. And look at this, they are already on our side of the field. The last thing we need here is to give up a field goal or a touchdown. They're picking up a first down and they are on the 31-yard line. Here is the pitch to McFadden. He's running to the right side and he gets tackled in the backfield. They are going to have a chance to kick a field goal here, and for some reason part of the video file got corrupt, but Sebastian Janikowski, you know he is deadly from that range. He ends up making that field goal, which makes it a 10-point game, and Michael Vick and the New York Jets are going to need to pull off 2 amazing drives. We need a touchdown here, followed by an onside kick, followed by a field goal just to tie up this game. So I'm calling a no huddle. There's 1:50 left. Michael Vick sees the right side of the field wide open. He's going to run to that side, and he fumbles the ball. The Raiders pick it up, and that will basically end this game. With under 2 minutes left, we are down by 10. We can just not stop the Raiders offense. The Jets will not be able to pull off the comeback, and just to rub in the win, Sebastian Janikowski is going to make a field goal at the very end to give the Raiders a 13-point win. The final score of this game is 30-17, and the Raiders just flat out outplayed us in this matchup. Their running game was just unstoppable, and our running game struggled the entire time. Arian Foster ended the game with under 30 yards rushing, and look at that third quarter. That is what killed us. The Raiders had 14 points and we had 0 in that quarter, so after week 1 we will have a 0-1 record. Here are the highlights from this game. I felt like the most impressive highlight was the catch by Larry Fitzgerald in the second quarter, shown right here. Not only did he jump over one defender, he then jumped over another and dived into the end zone, but it would not be enough. We lost this game, and in case you guys don't know this, the way this series works is that I'm going to play every other game during the regular season, so I will be simming the game up against the Green Bay Packers in week 2. In this game, Geno Smith will be starting, so it's important to see how he's going to perform to see if he deserves the starting spot, and we do not want to start off the season with an 0-2 record, and we win that game up against the Packers. The next episode in this series will be up against the Chicago Bears. You guys can tell me in the comments below, who do you want me to start, Geno Smith or Michael Vick? Anyways, I hope you guys had a fun time watching this video. Be sure to have a great day. God bless you guys. Bye.